Yo, this is Necro Butcher.
Night Foundation's, gets sort of political relation of what I see in others.
When you go camping, you're gonna see the Milky Way galaxy.
Punk rock type attitude too. We're just gonna try to, gross you out with our music.
If you love it enough, whatever you're doing, whether it's your instrument, your music, or everything like that, you'll find a way to make it work.
We could do this all night, right? Bass players, I use.
Yo, this is John from Noise Dosage Media, bringing you some of the most impressive and innovative extreme metal musicians on air to have an in-depth conversation about things you haven't known until now. We like to mention our sponsors and friends, Bishop Martin of Rat Punch and Begrudgingly Benny. Brandon specializes in stippling and digitally designing one-of-a-kind gruesome creatures that will look fantastic on any type of band artwork, tattoo, just about anything your twisted mind can think of. All of the art on this podcast is created by him, and we can guarantee 100% professionalism for a fair price. If you want to support the pod, please be sure to sign up for one of our $1, $3, or $5 Patreon tiers. We offer exclusive content, updates, merch, and unique offers that you can't get anywhere else. We're hoping in the future this fund can help aid in various subscriptions needed to keep this platform alive while delivering the best quality content we can. Our mission is to support more bands and deliver more content to our listeners. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. Patreon.com/Noise Dosage Media.
Other than the music itself, the extreme death metal, etc., what do you think these listeners of this genre have in common? Other than like the music, like personality or like anything about like a person itself.
Well, personalities are pretty much there. I mean, people that use music, we know they're all metalheads, one. There's one similarity. That most of them, you're not going to find a doctor or these other kind of people, lawyers, listen to this kind of music or these other kind of people. Six-gun people, whatever. Things that they have in common, well, unfortunately, I like to drink, I like to smoke, and I like to party. A lot of them, most of them. We don't know that. We don't want to talk about it too much. And one thing that I think they have, or some of them have, or some of them are just followers.
Okay.
Some of them, they think, someone says, hey, this is great, man, and they all agree with it. They go, oh, okay, this is great. So they want to be, and some of them are new in the scene, that they want to be part of it. So they, even though they don't know much of it, they always agree. So they are these guys that don't really are like leaders, like they make the decisions or the statements, and so they just pretty much want to be part of they love that kind of music, and they
It's more of like it's a weekend hobby. It's like a hey, let's go to the show. I kind of like the music, but I really like just running into people in Masha.
yes, and so a lot of them, even though a band is not as good, even though if someone else says, oh, this band is great, they will agree too. They will say, oh, okay, this band is great, yeah. Even if just one song is great of the album, they're all, oh, what a good band. So they don't really, so that's one thing, some of them are more like, they choose more of what they want to listen to. They know the difference between some of them know more the difference between the band. They like, what the difference from Cannibal Corpse, the difference from to DSI, to Obituary, and the difference, Morbid Angel, Terrorizer, and so many other bands, like Lebanon Creation, my buddy Lee Harrison Atrocity, blah, blah, blah.
Hell yeah.
So, so there you go, there's like, so many bands,
yeah, dude, for me it's so hard because like I've been trying recently to find new bands, but there's just so many nowadays. It's insane.
Yeah, right now it's impossible because a lot of them also, it's just a time where it's too hard for a band that want to play death metal or extreme music or grindcore and all that will make it because of the many bands, and a lot of them, they have a similar sound, or they sound almost the same, and they all want to be fast. And it's not like in the 80s, or the late 80s, I would say late 80s, early 90s, where there was only a few bands, it was starting,
it was
just
like
starting the beginning of the death metal, grindcore era.
Yeah.
So there was just a few bands, it was like just Florida pretty much was the only, and New York, of course, had Immolation and Incantation from that thing, I remember. But in Florida, there was Death in the church. So Florida, he's he's resting in peace, man. I hope that he's in peace. That's all I hope for him. And then there was like Massacre, you know what I mean? There was a Obituary. I remember they had a different name, Obituary, before back then, but it's a teaching or something like that, I think. And there was Malevolent Creation already, and there was Morbid Angel, and there was Florida in the early 90s, was in the late 80s was pretty much the capital world of death metal. For the beginning, for the birth of the genre, because then that's what emerged. Everything started emerging from there, bands started appearing from other states and stuff. And New York has some death metal bands, and New Jersey, and like that, but nobody, got a chance to get so high,
Right.
So up there, it's bands like, Morbid Angel did, of course, and BSI and Obituary and kind of course, they will appear in the first line, first level, and just these other bands that were on the second level, where they didn't really make it as much, which what I mean is like Morbid Angel, have like Actors of Madness, Blessed Sick, Covenant, Domination, and Formulas, and Gateways, and every album was pretty much, people was always waiting, for a new album, because the first album to the fourth, even from the albums that we did with Steve Coster, the Formula, Spirit to the Stage, Gateways, and Heritage, they were great albums as well, in my opinion. And so we left the legacy. Every album was known, it's known around the world, it's more known. And also other bands' albums, of course, not taken away from these other bands, it's really the side of what they've done and kind of the course. That's super great also, with so many albums, they've written so many more albums than we, Morbid did, unfortunately. And then
the one thing that I say about Morbid is there's just so many albums. Like, a lot of death metal bands, like Possessed, they didn't release a lot of them, but Morbid Angel was just always so consistent. You know what I mean? And I feel like that definitely put you guys on the map for sure.
Yeah. So, back then, going back to the question, to the statement about now that it's like so many bands.
Yeah.
Back then, there was like, back then there was this opportunity that we didn't even know, because we didn't even know that this music was going to make it anyway. We hit Actors of Madness, and we thought it was great because it was our music, and we thought it was going to make it. We had this feeling, we were confident that was going to be it was going to make a difference in the music world. It was going to make an impact, and it did all over the world. And we were astonished how it did even more, got even more bigger than what we thought. The sound, the show was so unique, songs were so unique, every song was a hit. But man, the first two albums, that's the one that Blessed Sick, which got a lot of older stuff. Also in it, were like, such great albums for that time. 1992, 94, whatever. And then Commando came on, and that was another big thing. So, that's the difference, when you, I don't know, man. It's like, also in a band, I have to do a lot of 4 or 5 members in the band, how they get along.
Oh God, that's a topic in and of itself.
How they take care of themselves, and how they feel comfortable within among themselves.
Yeah.
And playing. Not just playing, but also as friends. You have to be friends in the band. If you're just there and you go for practice and you don't share other things, man, with the band members, it's your family, man. It's like a family. A band is like a family. You gotta feel like a family, because family, you see family, you just don't see them one time. And you eat with them and then say, bye. I come back for lunch, and then I come back for dinner. The same thing with some musicians when they go and they just go to practice with the band. And they do great with the practice, because that was the only area they do great. And then they do bye. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later. And they got their own lives. And they don't do hardly any gatherings together, like picnics or gatherings with the families and some parties, some healthy parties I'm talking about with the family.
Right.
Dinners and picnics. That thing is necessary in the band, you know what I mean? If that doesn't exist in the band, also that doesn't exist the opportunity of somebody feeling comfortable in creating.
Right.
Because when you feel accepted in the band members and you feel like this person, almost as a brother, then you feel more confident when you're writing. You feel more like as opposed to, you never talk to this guy only when you practice. Man, you feel a little nervous. You're just going to play in front of it. So that thing is very important. I'm saying as a veteran of this genre, this is one of my advices, for younger generation, for new generation, for younger bands. You guys gotta try to not just, some of them get together and I do, they party, I guess in Europe, especially whatever it is, and they meet in bars, just like drinking, and we got so drunk, and then
that's all over from there.
It was drunk, and come on, that's okay once in a while, man, but it's not once a week, whatever, but it's okay, you get, some of them get around like that. And they write music and they create and they make albums and it's okay. So, hey, they find ways to get along, in the band, to share other things and just playing together. And believe me, and also, one thing that you cannot change in a person is how good this person is in creating, writing music or writing drum beats, like, for drummer, like me, a guy is going to write a riff, a song, working together, we're writing a song together. There's more of a friendship thing going on, as opposed to just working, feeling. That's a little more, you feel a little more tight in your body. And then sometimes, like me, I used to get nervous sometimes. And so you gotta exist this comfort. Feel very, comfortable with this. So writing together, creating this thing, because when you're like that, you can talk back and forth a lot during the writing. And this person, sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Let's say the drummer is writing a drum beat for a guy, a guitar player, that is showing him a riff.
Yeah.
And this guitar player has an idea for drum beat.
Right, right.
And then he gives it to you. And you start doing the idea, the guitar gives you, and then you start playing the riff and then together. And then this guy, the drummer, he's thinking, man, you know, I got this other idea. I can do better at this because he's a drummer. But then it doesn't exist how I say the connection of conversating, of passing to each other ideas. Then the drummer is gonna feel like I used to be in more of a band, but I blame myself because number one, man, my English was so bad, and I was a shy person. You know, I would disagree with everybody. I would disagree. Of course, I was writing my drum beats, and they would help me write some drum beats, and hey, everybody help each other. It's not a problem.
Right. Right.
But the thing is that when doesn't exist the friendship thing, sometimes the decision has an idea, and he's afraid to stick it out because of the other one's going to reject you, because of the other one is going to think, no, I like my idea better. And that one thing should never be like that. You are free to expose, hey man, I got also this idea. I got idea of this drum fill right here with this accent and this other beat. What do you think? Hey man, if that doesn't exist in the band is not gonna, it's not gonna be a better band because you gotta, it's better to have, help from all sides as opposed to just one guy coming, hey man, I want you guys to play this or one. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that's
it's good for everybody to contribute, you know what I mean? Maybe if it's two guitarists, they both contribute, they both passing each other, you know, the best player is doing stuff, and that thing is important in the band, bro. I'm supposed to just meet and practice and you don't see each other anymore for a couple of weeks until you practice again or until next weekend, blah, blah, blah. That's not going to work as good for a band to make it, especially nowadays, bro. And if you guys are thinking about playing extreme music during this time, where there's like a million amount of bands that are doing the same all over the world, I will advise you to I will advise you for really, I mean, it's okay. You can still be brutal, you can still be extreme, but you don't have to play only like blast beats. Think about blast beats. No, that's what everybody's doing, man. You know, you gotta be yourself, man. Like this other, this is why there's only a few bands that come out of so many other bands, because some of these bands probably have better songs, better albums, better compositions, more interesting, changes, and not just no, man. I mean, it's good if you have some of that, but you gotta add something else, man, to make, you know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta be a little more like, how do you say, you gotta have changes, man. You gotta go up and down, nowadays, you gotta, show that you cannot just play fast, but you can also write some cool, doomy, like, stuff, slow stuff. Morbid Angel, we didn't write on these songs. We have songs like Where the Slam Lives, Someone in Invention, whatever, songs that are not classic, and Blessed Are the Sick, and they're not super fast songs, but they're just great songs, right?
They just groove. They groove.
They just have, great changes. I mean, the groove, the rhythm from one rhythm into another one, and the rhythm to the themselves, the riffs, everything was magic. And that's the way I advise all these people, because Morbid Angel is an extreme band, and still it is an extreme band. It should be an extreme band, because that's what Morbid Angel about. But we didn't just play just because I came from a band like Terrorizer, which not even Terrorizer was doing that. We were doing Blast Beastro. We were doing things like, Napalm Death started doing, what is it, noise terror? White noise terror or something, terror, noise terror, some other band that was doing Franco. But anyways, man, Morbid Angel has some slow tunes. And they slow tunes were fucking, some of them were video songs. What I mean, like God of Emptiness. Give me a break. Come on.
Yeah.
Even MTV played a song in Rapture. You know, Rapture was an extreme song. Okay? But Rapture was very unique. Also, was very catchy. You know what I mean? I mean, there's something about musicians, bro. Not all of them are the same. Not all of them think the same. And not all of them are as creative as others.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say?
Exactly, bro. Exactly. I'm telling you. This is what I tell this new bands, man. Yes, you gotta, mix the fast speed stuff with some more relaxing stuff. You know, instead of come up with something new or something different. Let's say what you come up with, like what we did in 1989. You know what I mean? There was nothing. There was nothing going on. You know what I mean? And we just went on. We didn't know what was gonna happen. We just loved to play fast.
Hell yeah.
And they love to play heavy and death metal. And I love to play fast since I started playing in Los Angeles, in 1986, man, 85, 86, started playing Black Beats, and then I was doing Black Beats with Terrorizer in 86, 87, man. I got those demos from 87. But not just because of that, I was going to come in Morbid Angel and start doing the same thing, just doing Black Beats. Scans and Black Beats and scans and some slow beats that were more like hardcore thing or grindcore. No, man, it was more a different genre, a different thing, and that's why it was hard for me to it was hard for me in the beginning, to be part of the band because, number one thing that most people know is like I did not know how to play double bass when I joined Morbid Angel. Okay?
Yeah. For sure.
I only played Black Beats with 1 foot. It was a 1 foot Black Beat. I only had one bass drum. I never had two bass drums. I always started having two bass drums with pussy drummers because back then in LA, bands like Motley Crue, bands like, that was what was going on back then in 84, you know what I mean? Glam and heavy metal. That was what was big, you know what I mean? Rap and Motley Crue and then you got the big ones, Judas Priest, which those two you cannot put down because they are mine. They are, I got a lot of, I love Judas Priest, you know what I mean? I love those things.
Heck yeah, Judas Priest.
That'd be a difference right here, you know what I mean? Yeah, and then you had ACDs, you had Big Bad Scorpions, and then, whatever. But then I thought, this is what I always was a 1 foot drummer, one bass. I never wanted to have, not even double, I didn't even have double pedal because I thought that double pedal was for the same thing anyways. Was like not to have another bass there. So I never had, so in the beginning, going back to the Morbid Angel, the early days, it was a tough one for me because I almost didn't make it, The 3 times, I almost, I give up, I was going to come back home, I said, no, guys, I'm not going to make it, man. I don't think I can play double bass. No, I didn't know that those songs require a lot of double bass. I mean, when you compare early Terrorizer compared to Morbid Angel stuff, that Kingdom Come demo, which was the first one I heard from them, man, I didn't realize that the double bass there was going to be. I thought it was going to be easier for me because I knew it was easier to do a Black Beat with 1 foot, but then that was a different ball game. If you want to do that in 2.5 months, because I joined the band in 4th of July 1988, and then at the end of the year, like November, December, they already had planned some shows in Jersey, Pittsburgh, New York, which were the first shows that we did with Immolation. And Immolation, back those days, we even stayed at their house, man. They were nice guys, man. We were on tour in the school bus. We didn't have a place to stay, we had like maybe 7 or 9 shows that we had, they had set up with frames, This back then was just like, send him demos, you know what I mean? It was more of a demo trading kind of era, you know. So we knew they knew a lot of people, not me. Because I didn't know, I wasn't part of the scene. But that's how they got the first tour, you know, and there was bands like Immolation that I remember when we got to New York, man, they received us so well, man. And they let us use their house, and they let us take showers, and we ate at their house as well. The family was so nice, you know.
Yeah,
Immolation
was a great
Immolation, the guy's Immolation, Ross and the main guitar player, man, the original. No, and that was the original Immolation. I guess they had the first drummer, you know. I mean, the drummer that is. I don't know how many drummers they have since then. But that was the first drummer. That was the beginning of Immolation. Remember that. That was the first lineup. So we did some shows with them in New York that they had set up. You know what I mean? That's how Morbid Angel did their first tour, by the way, by having these friends, you know, that were in bands in these places, and they found, you know, they need promoters, and they set up the shows for the band. You know what I mean? The band was still like a no album band, because all the band had was the Kingdom Come demo. That was before I had to record. I don't know what I mean. Yeah, but the album wasn't even out yet. No,
right.
No way. We haven't even recorded the album.
You did this with a school bus?
In a school bus, yeah. We had to, this friend of mine, the only roadie that we had, he's also dead, and hopefully he can rest in peace as well. Joe was his name. He was like a driver. He was like a hard working guy, young guy, and he took the bus. You know, he took all the chairs from the school bus. School bus. He took all the chairs off, and then you see this big room just empty. So then half of it, or a little bit more, less than half of it, he put a big wall. So the back of the wall of the bus was just for the equipment, for the instruments.
Right. Right.
And on this side, on the front side, he did something like, you know, these bass that go on the sides, like one on top of the other one.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call it? Of wood in the some mattress, right there, some chairs, some mattresses. And we were okay, except for the heat, because but for that time, it's not hot. So the tour was before November. Because I remember that, but some areas are hot, man. I remember there was some areas that but I think we were driving from like Texas or this area when it was soft and hot. And we had a dog with that also, you know. Yeah, that was a dog that was like part of the family, part of the band. His name was Butch. He was a pit bull. And he was a killer. He was a monster. So you couldn't let him loose because you couldn't let him loose because if he saw you there standing, he'll go and he'll kill you. And he'll kill a cat, he'll kill an animal that will any moving thing.
That's good to bring on tour as a dog.
Yeah, it's good, but you know, but it was a little dangerous. It was a little because you know. But it's a good guardian, yeah.
Well, if somebody got on that bus, I'd be afraid to see what happened to the guy come out.
Oh no, it'll be just that head would be all so funny. It's so funny, man. No, but anyway, bro, he was in the bus too, and I remember these days that were hot, man. I think the sun was getting on one side where I was sleeping, and we were like sweating. I mean, we didn't have AC. That was not a touring bus. That was just a school bus that we had made. There was no AC. There was just a bunch of fans. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
And we were driving. I didn't know if we could use the fans, just the open windows, you know, for the air and whatever. But that's how you learn. When you're young, you don't care. You love death metal. You love music. When you're starting, I was in my early 20s. I was, you know, but that was before I learned how to play. You keep going back into the thing where I had to learn how to play double bass.
Right, so, you weren't worried about how hot it was in the bus. You were worried about double bass.
No. By then, no, because I was already confident that I could do. I was well because I had already dominated I was already practicing because before we go on tour, you practice with the band and you gotta make sure that the drummer, everyone's playing well. No, it took me like 3 months, bro. Like 2.5, 3 months to get the double bass down.
You
Pushing
say
and pushing.
3 months? That's it?
Yeah, but I was playing. Yeah, but I was practicing every day from like 10, 11 in the morning until I passed out. A lot of times I would pass out in the basement. There was a basement. We would practice in the house.
Crap.
And a lot of times I would pass out there and I would sleep there for a few hours and I would wake up. I would come up and get some sweet or drink, and I'll go back and practice again. So, bro, the thing with this is what I'm telling you, that I quit like for 3 times. I say, hey man, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this because I knew I was fast, but I was just wrong foot for terrorizing, that kind of stuff.
And then you said the hell with
double bass, bro. It almost did.
That's double bass. Around.
It almost didn't happen, bro. But then these guys have faith in me. Okay, they have faith in me because I was a fast drummer. We were cool, so they didn't want to let me go. There were no other drummers that could do this kind of stuff back then. So, man, and so, after the 3rd time, I gave on the 3rd chance. Kept going and going and going until one night, magic happened. But believe me, this was something that this is something where, like someone has to, like if someone went to a training area, and someone just practice like boxing or like a martial arts thing, and you're doing these exercises that this teacher is giving you. You see these movies, man, when you're carrying this bottles of water, you're standing on this thing with one foot, and you hitting hard wood with your hands, and you doing this hard working, and you're hating, and you didn't think you're gonna make it, and then when you make it, wow, boy, that's what it's was. This is what God was all about, bro. Was something that no other drummer has done to anything. So we started drummers that started playing drums from the very beginning. This is what it's so easy for them to play down bass. They started playing. They were doing down bass from the very beginning, man, which is good. But hey, man, it's an advantage for them. And
so off of that, like this kind of brings it into the next question I had. What is like the best advice you've been given in your whole life, and how does this relate to like the music industry itself?
The best what?
So what has been like the best advice you've been given in your whole life, and how does this relate to the music industry?
Well, I mean, it's the best of life. You saying the best of life?
No, I just said what's some good advice you've been given, over the years.
That has been given to me, right?
Yeah.
It's been given to me. What is the best advice that's been given to me?
Yeah.
Since all these years, for the relation to the music industry?
Yeah, just in general, what's something that, really impacted you, and somebody told you, you're like, you know what, this makes sense. This really helps with the music industry itself, and it's helped you move forward with the whole thing.
Yeah, it's a little hard. I mean, it's not hard, but a little hard to understand.
We can go back to that.
It's a little hard. I mean, to understand what you're trying to ask, I'm saying, because it's going to be the same. Okay.
I mean, so
if you can put it in other words, man, because advices have been given all over my life. My mom is the one that gives me the best advices.
Let's hear that.
Don't smoke, don't drink, don't do drugs, don't hang out with the wrong people. Good moms, they tell you all those things. Okay, but that doesn't have. That has to do with the music industry because it helps me to stay healthy and to not feel bad things and to get to where I am right now and still doing it. And I was doing it, the same thing I was doing it 20 years ago. That means that I took these advices seriously, you know what I mean, for example, drinking, you know, I used to drink too much in the early years with the band when I was on tour, especially with people, man, you give them like 2 cases of beer, you know, man, it's a European beer, so you say, what is this beer? It's Belgian beer. Oh man, I never tried Belgian beer. You find beer from different countries every night. There's beer from Germany, this is from, and next time you are in Holland, and next day you're in Belgium, next time you're in Poland, next time, and then they got, you know, beers all over. So, you know, I was drinking, 2 months after shows. I would say after shows because I cannot drink and play. That's the opposite. That's one thing that I learned myself. You know,
Gotcha.
Nobody told me, you know, because some drummers play, they drink a little bit, maybe a couple beers, helps them to get in the mood, whatever. But not me. I cannot touch, I call drop and play and be able to play the way I play. You know, I'll be playing so slow. So,
Right.
but, you know, sometimes I used to drink too much after shows, to the next show, I will not have a good show. Because, you know, it affected me that too much drinking the night before. So that night I didn't drink at all. Okay, of course I was watching water and stuff. But then you got to another country, and then you see friends, and then you guys were great, blah blah blah. I said, and you think everybody thinks you did great, and everybody did great, and you're gonna have a couple beers, and then you end up having 6, 7, 8 beers. You know what I mean?
And then you continue to do it every other night.
Yeah, and it's hard to live
it's
that,
more
bro.
of a mental thing, you know, like it's more of a mental thing, in my opinion. Because like I used to drink beer. I'd say I drink like a beer a night for a long time, and I'm like, this is stupid. Like, why am I doing this? You know, like so.
Yeah, because one beer is not. I mean, it's gonna give you one little buzz, and that's it. It's gone. That's why so many people drink more than 2, 2 or 3 beers. They're okay. But yeah, I mean, so you know, that's what I can tell you. You know, advices is just like you know, believe me, I can give you more advices than I have received advices because sometimes you encounter these problems and you got to fix them, and then you learn from them. You know, you learn from you know, from the wrong things that you've done, you know, oh, this was wrong what I did. And you gotta be smart, you know. You gotta be process, you gotta think for how long you're gonna last and that you're doing and that you are working actually, not partying, you know, not even party trip, you know what I mean?
I think it was the coolest thing, you know, I was listening to a podcast where you were talking about that. And I just really respect the fact that you're like open about it. A lot of people that have, you know, past issues with that, it's very hard for them to talk about it. Like, and have people.
No, bro. No, because I get you. Yeah, and one reason is because for me, I guess it's my teacher. You know, I can say no to drinking easily because I don't actually drink. You know, I may drink like occasionally, in special events, you know what I mean, something like that. But I don't go out. I don't like to go. Or if I go out, you know, what I mean, people they're buying me drinks anyway. No, gracias and things. So I'm not, you know, at least you know, thank God, I don't crave alcohol. You know.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't advise that to people because a lot of the young generation get involved in alcohol so much because they could get hooked up, and a lot of people have paid the price already. Like, you know, are gone, get to Chicago, you know, rest in peace. And, you know, who's gonna know that? That the guy was gonna like an alcohol kill him. Serious. He's an alcoholic, man. Many people are alcoholics, and a lot of alcoholics have died. I mean, people have died just because of cirrhosis. You know,
yeah, I think the saddest part is like you know, you're talking about how people pass away all the time, musicians pass away, and it's kind of like overseen. You know, people are like, oh, is this another musician passing away? But it's really sad because, like, you know, the main vocalist and guitar player, Choden Bodum, just passed away from the same thing recently. And yeah, I totally feel the fact people kind of overlook, you know, they just say, you know, oh, it's just a beer, and then it actually kills them in the end, you know, just from putting it off.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I don't advise I mean, alcohol, I mean, in the cigarette, you know, be more moderate. Drink moderate,
Right.
you know, more like, you know, drink, you know what you're doing, man. Know what, you want to last, bro. You want to play for a long time. Just remember that. You don't want to die in stories, man, in your early 40s just because of you were doing some other people drink and they also do other drugs too, you know what I mean? But those are even worse, man. That's like, no, that's like not caring, you know. No, I mean, unfortunately, you know, these other drugs are taking the people through and like our loving, you know, Bob John, Hale, you know, as well, you know, the person that was just, he was just possessed by this demon, you know. And, I call this demons, you know, drugs and everything because people are just demons. Serious.
Yeah.
Getting them
Yeah.
by and they use you and unfortunately this heavy drugs, we don't, you know, that nobody, I mean, I will talk about it because it's reality. Yeah? You hear the news every month. Somebody's gone because, you know, they want to say, you know, of course it's alcohol. But, somebody did just a line and then died. Somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, somebody just did one line and died. I mean, this a guy that just died recently. I don't remember. He brought Morbid Angel once in the early days to stay in California. I remember. You might know I'm talking about it. Just died a couple of weeks ago. He said that he just did a line.
Oh wow. I actually don't know who you're talking about, but yeah, dude,
and there was
everything's laced with shit nowadays. Like you can't trust anything. So I don't do it. I don't do nothing. I don't do none of that.
No, bro. I mean, I you know, that's the right state of mind. That's what you should do. That's right. That's how you should think. That's the way it should be because that's what's gonna take you far. And that's what's gonna. Yes. Yeah.
So,
you're doing great. Yeah.
So, you know, off the topic of a positive note, I always do this. You know, what do you think the greatest achievement of, you know, Terrorizer and past Morbid Angel? Like, what do you think two greatest achievements you've had so far with these two projects that you know, really cherish?
I mean, what I think about these two achievements, big achievements.
Yeah, like what are some things that you kind of sat back and you're like, wow, I really did that. Like, holy shit.
No, I don't think of that.
No?
I don't really think about it. I just think I was fortunate. I was fortunate, you know. I was lucky that I started, you know, the time that I started doing this, and I was lucky that I was not lucky, but I think I did the right thing to come up with this idea of the blast beat back then.
Yeah.
Because back then there was no idea what a blast beat was, or even the speed metal bit, you know. Player was, yeah, of course, but blast beat, you know, that's the one thing that I think is a great achievement of mine because that changed the drumming underground
changed everything.
dream industry a lot for the future. Because if I would have never done the Third Record demos, the Blast Beat, in '87, if I would have not kept going, moved to Florida, and do what I did, if I would have not done that, I think that would have been it for me.
Yeah, I feel like death metal would be a lot fucking different without the blast.
Different, yeah, and also Terrorizer, I'm so glad because back those days, nobody cared about the music. Nobody cared about Terrorizer. Nobody knew. We were the most loved band in LA back those days because of what we were playing, grindcore.
Yeah.
But Jesse and Oscar were doing some simple riffs while everybody was trying to play like Metallica, like Slayer, trying to do some leads and so it'd be technical. We were just playing grindcore, something simple on the riff, more simple. No, I'm not going to say easy, but it was not. So we didn't have a picture. Still answer didn't have a picture, and that was the main reason why Jesse gave Terry my number. He said, "Hey, just call him, dude." He said, "We're not doing anything." Jesse knew we're not doing anything. So I was like, "Not doing anything." The music was not. The music we didn't know anything. The music was gonna make it anyway.
Right.
I had this in my. But with me, I wasn't gonna end there though. Even if I didn't move to Rio Florida, I knew I was going to find a band over there that was going to be extreme.
Right.
I don't know if I would have kept going with a 1 foot, though. That's what I'm saying. What made me change Style Bass was more than Angel. Because without them, I would have never, gone through
Yeah, I don't think that would happen.
No, I would have stayed with
Angel's
1
like insane. The one thing I wanted to say to you, and I want you to agree with me or not agree with me. You probably are, but the how do I explain it? How do I put it? The metal band is not as good, but the only thing it really depends on is the drummer, because you could have a really simple riff, but if the drummers kick ass, it's all over. Like it takes it up to a whole new notch.
Yeah. Exactly. And this is what, bro, I'm going to tell you one thing about so many, especially not so younger bands, but 10 years ago, whatever, some drummers just started doing the 2 foot double blast beat. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like keep playing double bass. Taka,
Oh yeah, I can hear it. I can hear it.
A lot of bands are doing that right now, and nobody realizes. The fans don't realize the song. They don't know. So that's why the bands do what they do. And, a lot of bands prefer not wait that long for a drummer to learn the blast beat correctly with 1 foot. And a lot of drummers can do it. A lot of drummers have tried to get fast, and they ask me, "Bro, how do you do it, man?"
I'll say 90% of the drummers I've ever encountered do not play double bass on 1 foot. There's just no way.
Well, I'm not talking about playing double bass with 1 foot. I'm talking about doing the blast beat, like
yeah.
With 1 foot. A lot of drummers do the double bass blast beat. With double bass, I'm talking about taka double bass, in the hand, you know what I mean? And it sounds like a blast beat because the hand is going meanwhile your feet are going taka instead of 1 foot going like your right cymbals. Well, so I was fortunate enough to know the difference back then. And to know that I was doing the skank beat. You know what a skank beat is?
Oh, yeah. Skank beat's the best.
can be taka, 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 with your right hand going double beat, right?
Yeah.
Like, bueno, so you can hear the right hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just can be. So I was thinking, okay, I mean, I want to do this, but I want to double it. Like, so I was using 1 foot.
Yeah.
So I didn't think about, I need a number of down on another bedroom to do the blast beat, to do the, to double the speed. No, I was learning like this, but you gotta start slower, my friend, drummers, because a lot of drummers want to go right away and practice fast. If it's practicing 1 foot and practice, and they think they're gonna get some time, but you gotta start slower, man, because when it started was like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I was doing before I joined Terrorizer, bro. This is what I was doing. I knew, and then the same, of course,
Oh yeah, you probably heard that in your sleep.
Right. We want you 1 foot, But bro, if you don't do that for hours and for days and weeks and months, that believe me, you automatically, naturally, you will be speeding up. You'll be getting faster each time. I mean, not each time, but each week or every 3 days after playing. Because that's how I got to Terrorizer. When I got to Terrorizer, I could already do like that.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm not, so I knew that already. So that was like a technique, a drum beat that I created pretty much because it wasn't created before. It wasn't really written or nobody was doing it that clear. You know what I mean? Because the blast beat is actually like a roll on the snare, right?
Yeah.
Rolling is near, but instead of your right hand on the snare, your right hand is in the right cymbal or hi-hat, while your right foot is taking the place of your right snare, your right hand, right? And that's why your right foot is going to be as fast as your right hand was doing on the snare, which is the same. No, which is the roll, not all together. So some things the blast beat is all together like this. No, it's a roll, man. It's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, guys.
Yeah.
And so I knew that, and so going back to, I don't know what would have happened or something like that if I never moved to Florida. But that was a great thing because I don't know what would have happened to Morbid Angel either because they didn't have the drummer yet. So I don't know if they could have found it, but I don't know if Ultimate Madness would have been the way it was. But I don't think it would have been the way it was because the way it was the way it was because of the lineup that it was back then.
Yeah.
Period. We all fit together and we all did a tremendous job and we all was a magic thing. Ultimate Madness was the era, was the beginning, was the one that started and most death metal bands started coming from here and they were getting more motivated. You know what I mean? There were bands like Death, Obituary, DSI, that was aim on the thing back then. And that was like a health spawn, whatever.
Yeah, that was the egg that plagued the earth.
Yeah, it was everything started to you know what I mean? That was the beginning, when death metal we started doing concert tours all over the world and a lot of people came to see us and a lot of bands, a lot of musicians and they learned from a lot of new bands they opened for us. They're now big, believe it or not. A lot of bands got big because, no, I'm not going to say because, they opened up for us, but of course you need to play your music for the people, in order for you to make it, to be able to be known. So bands were, so a lot of bands opened up for us in Europe, especially they're now like big bands, some of them, I don't know what they are, but hey man, everything is up to the individual, man. How well, where you want to go, what's the most important thing in life, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's a good point.
That's where you want to go. That's what you want to go for, man. What's the most important thing in life?
So the last thing I wanted to ask is, who could you, if you had a choice to meet a musician that has passed or is still alive, who would it be? Me? It'd be Jimi Hendrix or Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, going back even to Jimmy Hendrix. Yeah, he would have been a cool person in our way because he loved to get high and stuff. Just down there. He seemed like a cool guy. Sometimes I was cool too, but I think sometimes he seemed like a little more arrogant.
Yeah.
But I will go back to the Beethoven, Mozart, Haydn.
Right on. I didn't even think about Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, bro. Yes, but I'm telling you, I will go back to. I would have loved to meet three people, and that was Mozart, Beethoven, and Haydn. And perhaps Schubert was great too. Schubert wrote some great things. Like I said though, Haydn started it all. Like if you're talking about me, started it all. Haydn was the teacher. Just to make it clear to you, Haydn gave lessons to Mozart and Beethoven when they were kids. So Haydn is called Haydn is not a master, but a father of the symphonies. How many symphonies did he write? He wrote 108 symphonies.
Wow. Yeah, I don't.
He was going to write 108 symphonies besides all the piano concertos, piano sonatas, and all these other things. Mozart was great on piano concertos. That's my favorite. Mozart is beautiful. Piano concertos, man. Mozart is the king. But as far as symphonies, even though he only wrote 41 symphonies, he didn't. I don't find as many great symphonies that I find in Haydn symphonies. Haydn 108 symphonies is like Haydn is like if you put all composers together as far as the good symphonies. Haydn out of 100% of his symphony work, I'm talking about just his symphony because all I've been listening to is like his symphony so far. I haven't even got to his piano stuff. I don't really care about that because he's written. I picked at least 40% of his symphony to be for being the first one and before Mozart and Beethoven, at least a decade before, something like that. Because they were kids when he was already doing 40 symphonies. They were taking lessons.
That's awesome. That's a surprising answer. I've never really.
No, but I'm telling you, Haydn is a little bit. I'm mentioning Haydn because Haydn is a little bit becoming part of this project that I am about to record.
There we go. Sweet.
Oh yeah.
So right now, I'll give you an open table to promote anything that you have going on right now, and
Well, I mean, as many people have noticed and seen and realized, since I was, I've been in Montebello, I was in Montebello for so many years, for the You know, I did some of the best albums with them. Bro, I mean, I just, you know, I just didn't even remember because until I had some storage places in my attic, in my house that I never took for just like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
And
I was gonna ask you because on Instagram you have like
I found a collection that I used to draw, bro, but just crazy things like ugly manners on the head. I will pick one head piece on the show.
yeah. Well, I wanted to
This
buy
is
one.
why.
I just didn't know if you could.
No, this is why the guys asked me back then, what are you doing to, I mean, keeping the junk, this junk. Okay, some of them I would throw into the crowd, you know, especially some sticks. I would give them away. But I didn't realize that, I mean, I did because it seems so long ago and I kept doing it to like, but I didn't realize, I mean, that I still have things that I found like these crazy drawings that I used to make back then.
Now, are you gonna sell those or no?
Yeah, I sell some of them because some of them I'm keeping to myself, and I'm keeping at least one piece there because it's something where, man, you know, it's gonna be in the future. And when I think about it, and when I think back about it, I say, wow, I don't believe I was converting these letters because I used to like convert like the artist, like let's say the artist man is in the Blink tour, you know, I used to do more than angel, and I used to do like a demon faces on each letter.
Mm-hmm.
I used to put horns, and even though it was pretty simple, some of them, no, the most of it, the majority, because later on I started like being a little more creative. And depending on how much time, sometimes I guess I was not in the mood so much, and sometimes I was more in the mood. So some of them I even did some art, you know, some demons and stuff, and whatever. But I still got a few things here, though, you know. But I've been a little careful because I want to keep, like I'm saying, I want to keep some of my stuff to myself. And a lot of people ask me all over the world. I didn't even realize all over the world because when they tour all over the world, of course, when they hear this, of course they want to be part of this memorabilia or whatever they call it.
Now, are you gonna put them on like Bandcamp or something in the future, or?
You know what?
I said, how are you gonna sell them in the future so I could stay on the lookout to get one?
Yes. Why here will you be interested? Because I don't have the menu. I mean, okay, but yeah, I still got like some boxes that was left when we used to practice over. You know, last practice place the Morve used to.
Yeah,
practice.
there was like a red one that looked really cool. I was gonna ask you about, but
A red one. The thing is, my wife is the one that does the business pretty much because she's pretty good doing the business. But you gotta tell me, like, red what was it, Tom or Basin?
no, it was a Tom head, but it was all like drawn, like you drew stuff on it. It was on Instagram.
It was like red. There was a lot of red in it, right? Like blood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I made it look like blood. Believe me, when you look that closer, I didn't even realize, man. I wouldn't do a thing like that. I mean, I couldn't even imagine or be creative. I even think that, man, was this creative? Why didn't I, you know, I get into this pastime, you know, drawing, but I just did it for one of the angel thing, I guess. You know, I was so evil, you know, back then. You know, you call yourself evil, but in a feminine way.
Yeah, exactly.
Not evil, you know, like those people that commit murder and whatever.
All right.
But anyway, and this is what it is, bro. Yeah, man. You asked me, what was the most what?
I was just asking you, you know, if I could buy one in the future. I don't know where I could get one.
Well, bro, I mean, the Instagram sometimes my wife will find one or two. She will put them there, and she will just let the people offer whatever they can offer. You know what I mean? And we help an animal deal. And the thing is that we have a cause for that, bro. We have safe deal. I've got like 4 cats in my house, and I feed cats outside too that come to here in my yard, and I help these animal shelters, and they're just animals, you know, people need help too. So that is my cause, dude, to help others too, bro, whatever people can help me with.
Yeah.
So that's how it works, bro. If you don't help, if you just help, you pass it. Blessing, it's called blessing, you know.
Yeah.
You bless somebody, somebody, you know, it's like the blessing is passed, man. It's fast. You gotta pass the blessings to other ones too.
Yeah,
I understand.
No, that's good. I just started a job where like I'm manufacturing stuff to cure cancer. It's crazy, but yeah, it's nuts. But yeah, you were talking about that. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna add that because I don't know. I'm proud of it.
Cure cancer, huh? That's still going at it. And how advanced do you think? Actually, you think they are to come up with for a cure?
Say it again.
How much longer? How close they are? The scientists, the doctors, the people that are working for the cure.
They're doing it. It's a thing. They're
doing it.
Yeah, I mean, there's cures for it right now. It's just the matter of fact of like people manufacturing the product to do it to cure leukemia and stuff.
So what's up with so people have to go to the leukemia thing, to the therapy?
Yep. So
but it's better than the other way, than the old way. That people will die.
Right. But yeah,
yeah, bro. What is your name, by the way? I mean, I know your name.
It's John Lambert, Noise Dosage Media. We got a podcast. If you look it up, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff. And yeah,
and your podcast is called what, John? Your podcast is called your name?
So no, the podcast is called Noise Dosage Media.
No, okay. Wait, I don't write this down. I'll forget it.
Yeah, I'll
Why you send me the link? That would be great.
Do you want me to text it to you?
Whatever way you want to do it. Text it is fine, bro.
I will
You
send
can
you
give me a call anytime, bro, okay? If you got a question or something, man, you can.
Hell yeah. I really appreciate that. And I will
no
I'll
problem,
send you the link.
John. Okay, John.
All right. Well, you have a good night, and thanks for chatting. I learned a bunch, and I'm glad that we got to connect.
I'm glad, dude, and I'm sorry that I didn't let you ask us any question, but like I told, what's his name for Growler? Ken?
Say it again?
Cam. The name of the Growl, the show.
Oh, yeah, that's Cam. Cam is his name.
Cam. Yeah, that's what I thought. This is what I went hours for the guy because I was like, he was just listening to me.
It was like 3 hours long.
That's cool, man. He said it's probably more than an hour already, huh?
Yeah, we're at an hour and 10 minutes. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go to the gym and I gotta eat dinner, so I'm gonna have to let you go. But I appreciate it, and keep up the good work, man. If you're on tour with Terrorizer, I will be there. I'm in Buffalo, New York, Niagara Falls. I'm over there.
You let me know ahead of time. You got my number. You'll be on the list, man.
Fuck yeah. I appreciate it.
Right.
Thank you.
So I can meet you, bro. I'll talk to you soon, bro. Take care, John.
See you, man.